on the VMware tools management with the Power CLI. So we'll cover the introduction part, these three things: getting VM tools version with Power CLI, updating the VM's tool version using the Power CLI, and the conclusion part. Okay, so the first thing we will let us know how to automate the configuration activities using the Power CLI command line. Okay, so for this we will provide a Power CLI interface as we have done in our lab environment. Okay, and that will help us to manage the Power CLI environment. So we will go to our PowerShell. Okay, and here we can right click on it. So this would be our screen will footage will be there, and actually this advantages you can see. Now when I click on shell, right click on it, and so that will give us the PowerShell window, which is for the Power CLI, which already installed module of Power CLI in this lab environment. Okay, and now we will go ahead to check the font, so we can increase the font here to have better visibility of the command line. Okay, so these are the, now we will communicate with the configuration, automating the configuration part. Okay, so as we know that there is a Google Chrome here with the WebSphere client installed in it. Okay, so we can directly go on the vSphere client. So this is our vSphere client, which is the vCenter server, and in that way we log into the vCenter server. This is the manually we are doing it. We will do it by automation as we have done in the previous lab environment. So this is our vCenter server, and in that vCenter server we have a VM hosted in it. In the ESXi host, we have the virtual machines. Okay, as we have found in other lab, like we have created a snapshot previously. Okay, so now we will deal with the configuration part, like how we can automate or update the VMware tools for any particular VMs. Okay, so for this, first we have to connect to the vCenter server. As you all know that we have to go to PowerShell in order to connect to vCenter server. So for the name purpose, we can easily connect this using this command: connect to vi server, then 192.168. The speed is slow, we try to wait for it. We can do control C. Okay, so again we will do the connect dot 168 dot 110.22. Then we'll give the user credentials for administrator at the rate of the corp dot local, and then we will give the password, which is our default password for VMware in this lab environment, which is VM11 hash. Okay, so in this way we'll connect to the vCenter server directly got connected. Now we need to get the VM status, so though we will write the command with declaring the variable $VM get VM, which VM we want, what's the name of the VM. So we will do our app01a. Okay, I want to get this app status of this VM, which VM, which is inside my vCenter server, which is app01. Okay, so likewise I will get the status. Okay, now I have to format it in the list that $VM dot guest list guest. Then we have to format it in a list format hyphen list. Okay, warning: guest ID properties depreciated. Please use configure guest ID and runtime guest ID properties. Okay, now here one thing we have to understand that the certain commands get depreciated while we use it when we are communicating with the configuration item. Okay, so here see the NIC part of the network adapter is this much, VM name is this for the formatted list part. OS full name, which is this machine is a Ubuntu Linux that they are trying to say it's a Ubuntu. Okay, with this picture. Now, what all details we can get? It is running on this IP address, and currently it is in power on state. You can see it is green. Okay, so that means that it's powered on, and it has the VM ID with the VM GUID and user ID with the guest ID also, which is Ubuntu is the guest of this operating system. And this is the extension data, what guest info if you want to have. See, that information only gets listed here. Now we can another format the other property with this command line. If you want to get the going to get the list of what all the VMs in their environment. Okay, and we can do this using this following command. Which command it is? So we can get the list of all the VMs in this environment and their tools version also. Okay, so I don't want to get only one VM, but also I have to get the list or property of all the VMs. So I will do the get VM. Okay, get VM. Then in that way, I will apply which object I have to select. So select hyphen object, then which property I have to apply. Okay, then name, comma. Now here we will use at the rate. We have to specify the specific version, like which tools we are going to use. So this is tool version, and then we can go use with the semicolon. Okay, so this here we will use this single quote that will help us to get a better visibility. So single quote will use. And here we will go ahead with expression equals to dollar underscore dot cast dot to version. Okay, so this command will use for our. So see which template it is using. Tools version means from where this machine is built. So this is machine built from template 01A core A. Okay, and this is the tools version is 10.1.0. So we'll notice that app has this version where core A does not have an entry. Okay, because it means that core A does not have VMware tools installed in that VM. Okay, so for all the VMs we have found that their property the VMware tools is not installed on this machine. That's the reason they have not given the information of related to persistent to this device. Okay. Now this is the part of our VMware automation configuration known part activities on how we can configure the activities in the VMware. In next part we'll discuss more on the PowerCLI command line. So thank you for watching.